Hi everyone. Welcome to IPCD, Institute of Personal and Career Development Expert Talk Series. Today we have Steve Judge, an amazing speaker, especially motivational speaker, author, coach, and he is a person who went from wheelchair to world championship to para triathlete. So it's his journey is what I would say all about resilience, purpose, and transformation. And we thought sharing his story and insights would be really beneficial for people like you who need clarity in their life. If you are currently living in a different country like me, having all those challenges, and maybe in your life losing someone, or maybe you are struggling to find the right opportunity or the job. Oh, there are lots of things happening in our life day in, day out. Sometimes we walk in thinking like we don't have clarity in our life. So back in 2022, I met Steve in a stage in the UK when I'm studying NTU at NTU, and I was about to give up. Steve, I was about to give up, go back to my home country. I couldn't cope up with the challenges. And when I hear your story, there was tears in my eyes. And then after that, I walk away from that room with full of determination. And I drew my vision and goal. And it took me to the person who I am today. After 2 years, now when I think I wrote my own book, I got my dream job, and I achieved so many milestones. And today I'm doing this talk with you as well. So I'm really happy that I met you, and I want all of you to get inspired through his story. So, Steve, without further ado, let me invite you. So, how are you today? How's the weather in Sheffield?
Rainy. It's very, very English and
Yeah,
very
it's true, isn't it? He's from.
evening. And it's lovely to chat with you here. We've obviously met face to face a couple of times now, and I've spoken at your events. But it's really nice to have this chat to share to the wider community. I think, this is what I really want to do. This is the whole purpose of my job, my business at the moment, is to inspire people, to empower them to achieve the life that they want to live. And I'm always asking myself, what more can I do to reach out to more people? Speaking on the stage is great, workshops is great, but doing podcasts like this is a real opportunity for me to reach that audience. So thank you for the invite.
Yeah, we are glad to have you, Steve. So, uh, what are the challenges that you faced in your life, and how you have find out this turning point in your life?
So it's interesting. While you were just doing the intro, I was trying to think of some examples of where I felt like quitting or I did quit, and I can't think of them at the moment. It doesn't mean that I haven't quit. It probably means that I've deleted them or buried them or something like that. Because what I generally talk about is the things that I've achieved, which is very inspiring and very motivating. And what I want to expand on that is it's about finding the things that you really want to do, and that's the start of it. I call it your golden vision. I talk about when you close your eyes and you start thinking about who you want to become and what you want to be doing, what you want to achieve. As you're closing your eyes, you're imagining that, you're feeling that, you're hearing that, you're sensing that, and that might hopefully even make you smile as you're thinking about that. That's the thing. That is the thing that you should be doing. That's the thing that you should be working towards. Now you open your eyes and you suddenly realize you're not there, which is a shame. But now that you know where you want to end up, it's about putting all the pieces in place, like a jigsaw in place, about what you need to do to achieve that. And I'm not saying that that journey is easy, but hopefully the motivation of where you want to be in the end will keep you going, and you can promote that more, not just by thinking about it, but like as you mentioned earlier, about drawing a picture, a sketch, or writing something down, just reminding yourself every single day, why am I doing this? Why am I pushing myself? Why am I going out my comfort zone? Why am I doing these things? Oh yes, I remember, it's because I want to achieve that. I want to get that. I want to, empower that. And it might be helping people, it might be money, it might be traveling, it might be all sorts. It doesn't really matter. It's what you want. It's your golden vision. Your gold, as I would call it, gold being an acronym for your goal, your opportunity, your love. your dream. What is that thing? Once you find that thing, you can work towards it. And I've had ups and downs in my journey, and it's the things that I really wanted to achieve that have kept me going, and they're the things that I've worked towards. So I will have a think some other time about the things that I just let go. And the things that I probably let go on, I actually didn't want them in the first place because I'm a little bit stubborn. I'm a little bit like a dog with a bone. I will not let things go. So the fact that I didn't get them probably means that I didn't want them in the first place, and that's fair enough as well.
The problem is, Steve, when I close my eyes and thinking about what I really want to do, I see lots of things. I need to do this, that, and that. Sometimes I confuse. So how can I get this clarity around what I really want to achieve?
Oh, you're so right. I close my eyes and it's overload, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And I think sometimes when I come from a visualization session or whatever, I just write the things down on a piece of paper, kind of get it out of my head. Because if it stays in there, it all gets a little bit muddled up. So start writing it down, and as you write it down, you can go through the list and you can say it out loud. You can get somebody to help you with this if you want to. But as you read it out loud, the tone of your voice changes, and you can feel when you say something, you say it with purpose, and it means that you really want that. What I'm saying is, you might have a list of 20 things that you want to do. Let's say 10 things. You can't do them all, okay? So which are the ones that you really want? Which are the priority ones that you need to move to the top of the list? Go through them, readjust it, put the ones at the top of the list. Now, I'm not saying that they're the only ones that you do, but they're the most important ones. And I'm not saying that you're going to achieve those ones in the next week or month or year, but they're the ones that you should never, ever, ever let go. That's your gold, the ones at the top. The other ones, absolutely do those as well. And maybe they're a process to reach the ones at the top. But it is about one step at a time, one step, one step. And the first one is closing your eyes, getting that visualization, and then giving a little bit more structure to it.
Steve, I was thinking when we have a problem and when we are so into our problems and situations, we don't have that clarity. Yes, we know, we find out that this is what we're going to do, but we don't have the courage to have that consistency in our actions, isn't it? And maybe having that action plan and sticking to that journey. So, what made you to go from that wheelchair, from your accident, to that world championship, and then how you create that mindset? Yes, I'm going to do that. How you push yourself that far.
So I think my story from wheelchair to work, and let me just whiz through that very, very briefly. I had a near fatal car accident in 2002. Got both my legs crushed, nearly died. They rushed me to the nearest hospital. They saved my life, they saved my legs, but they did tell me that I may never walk again. So my story, my journey really started there, about going through rehabilitation, setting a goal and working towards it, to stand again, to walk again. However, I feel that this is, much as it's an inspiring story, for me at that point it was survival. I don't feel that there was much of a choice. It was like, oh, shall I stand again or shall I just give in? That's a choice, I guess, but it was very much an easy option. I want to stand, I want to walk, and that's what I worked towards. And it was hard work and painful, and it took years to get to that point. And when I got to that point, much as I had disability in both of my legs, I'd achieved my goal. And as at that position, I thought, so now what do I want to do? What do I want to do now? Kind of little voice inside my head. And I wanted to prove the accident wrong. I wanted to use that frustration to propel myself forward physically. So I got into sport, swimming, cycling, eventually running. I found this sport called a para triathlon for disabled people, swimming and cycling, running. I competed in that. I set goals. I became British champion. I set even more goals, pushing myself now to become European champion and eventually 2 times world champion. So it's an amazing story from start to finish, from wheelchair to world champion. I achieved my gold, the accolade of becoming a world champion representing Great Britain. However, I think the big part comes to the next part, because it was like, well, I've achieved so much. What now? And this is where I keyed into what frustrates me. And much as I want to help people, it's why do I want to help people? Because I could just go and get a normal job, sit behind a desk and get paid a salary. And I thought, I don't want to do that. And what it is what frustrates me is people out there that are leaning on their excuses. They're saying that they want to do something, and then they're saying, yeah, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I know how to do it, and I can share this. I can share my story. I can change your mindset. I can give you the motivation, inspiration, and I can help you achieve. And that's what I set off to do. So, yeah, I retired as an international athlete, and then I went into a business to become a motivational speaker. But more than that, not just speaking, but also workshops, coaching, an author, all the time thinking, what more can I do to help people out there? And that's the journey that I'm on now. And it's been 10 years. I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm not there yet, because there's still people out there that aren't achieving the goals that they want to achieve. And so I want to reach as many people as possible. And I think that's what keeps me going, is the drive there. But it's not necessarily I just want to help people. I mean, that's a very nice thing, and I do want to help people, but it's my frustration and my almost anger of people who are not fulfilling their life. They are going through their life and they're saying that they're having regrets and they wish they'd done more. And I'm like, well, why don't you do that? Why it really? Oh, so if I can make sure that I do everything to help them, then that will keep me going on my journey.
It sounds like we are living in our purpose, isn't it? Then finding out why we really exist and what makes us happy by doing. And you figure it out. It's really hard to figure it out as a person, maybe a lot of thinking and coaching might be needed sometimes to really find out that niche. But once you find out that, and when you live with that and, day in, day out, you get the fulfillment. Yeah. So what are you were talking about, Steve, about goals, goal setting in the goal framework and opportunities, loves and desire, dreams. So people see opportunities all around. How they grab the right opportunity,
Mm.
right for their goals.
Yeah, it's difficult because there's opportunities all the time. I guess what you got to do is going back to what I said earlier about knowing what you want, and then you'll see the right opportunities for what you want. So you're opening up to your RAS, which is your reticular activating system in your brain. Knowing what you want means that you will see those opportunities and then you grab hold of them and you work towards them. But you use these five, I don't know if they're simple, but there's five structures that you use, strategies. And I know this because when I wrote my second book, more of a business book, I had to do a lot of thinking because there's lots of advice and I can help people a lot. And I was like, I need to simplify it a little bit for myself, for the book, and for other people. So the five are: number one is you need a golden vision. So like we said already, you need to know what you want, draw that, get a vision board, something like that, so you can see it every day, so remind yourself why you're doing all of this. The next one is your golden soul, and that's why. Why do you want this so much? Why do you want to travel? Why do you want money? What's the money for? Why do you want to help people? Why do you want this job? Why do you want to be fit, healthy? I mean, some of these answers might be really simple, but ask yourself why. And again, when I do, my book has got the questions, and when I do coaching, there's the specific questions about, what will you achieve, what will you lose, etc. But know why you're doing it, because you need to know why you're doing it, because when you feel like quitting, you've got to remember why you started, and so that reminds you. Number three is your golden gear, and this is all the stuff that you need to do to achieve that. It's like I guess it's like a brainstorm of all the stuff that you need to do, and it is one question 3 times, and that is, what more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? And I got that from being an elite athlete on the start line. When I was on that start line, ready to compete for the next hour and a half against the rest of the world, I couldn't be saying to myself, oh, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that, I wish I'd done that. It was too late. I needed to make sure I was at that start line with no regrets. I'd done everything, considered everything, planned everything. And the only way I could do that is by beforehand asking myself, what more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? So there's no regrets. So what do you need to do in your life so that you achieve that thing? Now, number 4 is your golden gang. Your golden gang, very, very important, because I realise that I haven't achieved all my things on my own. I've always had people around me. Rehabilitation, I had the amazing NHS, the surgeons, the doctors, the nurses, the admin staff, so many people, my family, my friends, so many people helped me through that process. I did a lot of work myself, of course, but I had people around me, my golden gang. As an elite athlete, again, yes, I did all the training and I was pushing myself and competing, but I had people, practitioners around me, a physio, a coach for the swim, the bike, the run, triathlon, nutritionist, a bike mechanic, so many people to get me across that finish line with the gold medal. And my business, yeah, I mean, you only see me, I'm the only one being interviewed today, but I have a big team behind me. I don't employ them, I can't afford that, but I have people that I can reach out to and help. My mastermind group, my friends, my family, still business colleagues, a stylist, an accountant, a graphic designer, website person, all of these people help me in my business. Because if I want to get to that level, and the point that I say to the people is, you might know who's in your golden gang now, and that's good. Recognize that. Recognize who's in your golden gang. But if they're in your golden gang now and you're at this level and you want to get up to that level, you might need some more people in your golden gang, or you might need more training or something like that. But if you were to have anybody in the world to take you up to that level, who would that be? Make a list of that. Maybe put them on your vision board so that when you meet them, you can have a chat with them and they can help you escalate and escalate and escalate. And maybe you'll be on their golden gang and it's a two-way thing. But your golden gang is so important for you to press forward. The last one is your golden hour, which means a deadline. And I don't like deadlines, but deadlines really work. So if you've got something, some dates that you're working towards, then go for it. There is only 24 hours in the day, but we've all got time. And it's how you cultivate your time as to what you achieve. So what are you doing? Are you working on that thing every single day, hour, minute, second? Now you've got to be realistic, you've got to sleep, you've got to do other things and things, but you make decisions. A lot of things are choices. So golden hour is how are you using your time effectively to reach that thing. So 5 strategies, the 5 winning ways that will unlock the power of your potential so that you can achieve your goal. And that's what I talk about in my keynote, but also the workshop and the coaching.
Wow, that's so powerful. Steve, it's remind me. So the golden vision, soul, gear, gang, and the hour. So that is all what we need, isn't it? So
Yeah,
you are one of my golden gang.
yeah, absolutely. You're,
Yeah, so
you're in
you
mine
you
because you're
inspired
kind.
me. Yes,
Yeah, it's good.
so I can reach out to anytime. So like that, it's you have to think about when you're down, don't have clarity about your life. If you're struggling to find out where you want to go, this is a very good framework. And you have 2 books written, Steve, isn't it?
Yes, I've got 2. I haven't got my autobiography. I've got my business
Gold.
gold here, and do you know, I'm
Okay.
working on other books as well, but they're kids books, children's books. So I want to reach the new generation. So I've got 2 books going there. I'm also thinking about doing another speaker book at some point. But yes,
Wow.
that's projects. There's always something going on.
And when my children always say, excuses, I always say, don't lean on to your excuses. It's the
Yes.
title of your book, isn't it? The first book. So I really love those. So those are really impactful, Steve. And today we talked about the gold framework to get the clarity for our life, especially focus on your goal, opportunities, loves, and desires. And there's a whole book outline that framework as well. And then you learn about 5 important things that you need to have in this journey: the golden vision, golden um, soul,
Golden,
golden gang,
golden.
golden.
And I think what's good about my second book is
Yes,
within that there's exercises to do. And
mm,
really, again, it's that frustration. I want to help people,
that's
and
true.
reading a book is lovely. Okay, well done. But the book says you've got to do an exercise now. So at the end of each chapter, you'll be inspired and motivated. You'll be told what to do, and then it's like, so now do it. Do the exercise, which means by the end of the book, if you've done it all, you will be a step closer or a couple of steps closer to what you really want to achieve, your goal. And that's what I want. I don't want people just to read the book and then put it down. I want them to take action. It's about taking action. The fundamental key to success is action. If you're not going to take any action, then you're just talking about it. And there's a lot
Yes.
of people just talking about it and doing nothing. Take the action, move forward.
Yeah, I'm a true testimony of doing it. I read your book and I did all this work, and even I'm teaching those techniques to my student as well, and really glad that. And I really like that your personal development workshop as well. So where we really think about and visualize our journeys, it's helped me a lot as well. So I invite all of you to follow Steve's. pages. I've linked in the chapter below. So you can follow him and look at his speeches, and maybe you can invite him for to inspire your audiences as well. So, Steve, thank you so much for joining with the Institute of Personal and Career Development, and we'd love to see you again, and love to share more details in future as well. And thank you so much, and looking forward to meet you soon.
That's great. Thank you very much for the invite, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Steve.